massive head and a tiny body.
Yeah, that's good. I gave you that nose.
George, can you put it back again?
I'll make you the biggest. But
Oh, you want me to rub it out?
George, if you're the biggest, you have to be the fattest.
Why?
That's good. You look good. George, that looks much better.
Because who's
Hang on.
is the biggest?
I'm George, I'm 17 and I care for my 4 autistic brothers.
Fine.
George, George. Look, George.
The oldest one, Jack, he's 11. Then there's Josh, who's 9. Jamie, 7. And you got Jonathan, who's 4.
Although her body looks a little bit wrong.
Hey, hey, draw me next.
Okay, I'll draw you.
I haven't do your face.
I'll draw Jamie next.
It's all blue.
They're all different and they display it in different ways.
Oh.
Like Jack, he's like really quiet and he doesn't really ever show any emotion. So he's moving up to secondary school and he doesn't really tell us how he feels about that at all. It's going to be quite hard at times. The other one, Josh, he's really loud and noisy at home. It's crazy, but at school he doesn't hardly say anything and he finds it really hard there. Next, you got Jamie, who's just full of energy constantly, running around, trying to run off. And then you got Jonathan, who's 4, who's just a little bundle of fun. He's crazy, and yeah, he was a bit delayed with his like development and stuff, but he's doing okay now.
Your head, your body, your arms, your legs, your eyes, your mouth, and your hair.
My name's Aisha, I'm 19 and I look after my mum. She has a lot of different conditions, but she's in a wheelchair due to arthritis and fibromyalgia. And then she also has a lot of mental health problems as well. She also suffers from seizures. It's not really like a set thing every day because her condition varies from day to day, but I will give her medication in the morning, so it's just tablets that I'll make sure she's taking the right ones. And then she has a lot of skin problems as well, so I usually have to help cream her morning and night, about 5 or 6 different creams. And then I help her get dressed, have a bit of a wash. And then I'll probably take her out because of her anxiety and stuff, she doesn't like to be in the house very much. So she has her own motorised wheelchair, but I'll always be with her because there's always has to be someone with her, so I'll take her out for a walk. In the evening, it's sort of the same routine again. I help her get undressed, and when it comes, I'll stay up with her until she's ready to go to bed, and then I'll help her get into bed and comfortable. She might need me in the night, so she has her phone on me to call me down.
I help my dad quite a lot with like making things and like lifting things for him because he's got problems with his back and stuff. Obviously my mum, same sort of thing, just cleaning up and whatever.
Really, you had?
I'm 12.
No.
Well done.
Okay, one at a time.
I'm number 12.
If it's a school day, I would get myself up, get ready for college and whatever, and then I'd go help them get ready by getting them dressed, helping with breakfast and stuff like that. Sometimes I'd take my little brother to nursery or help take the others to school. Then I'd go to college, come back home, help them, just play with them so they don't completely destroy everything or attack each other. Then dinner time, I'd help clear up after that and then get them ready for bed. Then it's my time to do what I want after that. I think there needs to be more understanding of what autism is. A lot of people don't really get it or see it as much of a problem. A lot of people see them like naughty children. They're just messing around sort of thing.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
And I'm ripping off walls.
How many times do I have to tell you? We're not ripping off any walls.
Why?
Well, because we need them. I've had the house fall down. They just come at the most random things sometimes. Quoting random like things from Mario and random videos they find on YouTube and just like repeating it over again, shouting it in the street sometimes, which could be a bit embarrassing, but it's really funny at the same time. You've got to try not to laugh if you're trying to keep them to calm down something. It's really hard sometimes not to laugh. And I definitely have a much better relationship with them than I would with anyone else would, say, with them having brothers. And I get on with them quite well, I think. When you're at home trying to balance time to do everything and that, just you could be stressed out from how they've been that day or something. And it's hard to concentrate sometimes.
The last time you and Jack fighted was on the bus yesterday.
Sure about that?
was more of a problem when I was in primary school because sort of with bullying and stuff like that, but it's just sort of people more understanding as I've gotten older, but yeah, it was hard when I was younger. Yeah, especially because with my dad as well, I used to care for him with a mental illness, and people aren't so sort of nice towards that really, or understanding really.
Primary school, people don't really understand because you're kind of too young to think, because everyone just thinks that everyone's normal. But I used to get bullied a lot because people didn't understand what was wrong with my mum. So yeah, but now in like high school and stuff, people kind of don't judge you and they understand a lot more about what's going on.
They don't understand it. Some of them just picks on me because I'm a carer to her, and I find it really annoying, upset, and sometimes I get angry with them because they don't understand me, what I'm saying, so it's kind of hurt.
When I was at school, I got bullied the whole way through school, and then when I went to college, I got bullied a couple of times because people were just ignorant, and then I haven't had many friends because every friend that I've had, they've come home, they've seen family life at home, and they're like, oh, I don't like that, and then they go home and they bully you, and then you go to school the next day.
All the way through secondary and college, I suppose it affected my attendance quite a lot because I was always off looking after her or being called back from home. And although they say they understood, I could always tell that they were getting probably worried about it, but they were making me feel uncomfortable and making me a bit more worried and anxious about getting into school more often. And I found that some of the teachers weren't as understanding as other teachers could be, so if I didn't do homework they might not actually realise that I really didn't have the time and that it wasn't just an excuse. I think with regards to attendance, there needs to be some flexibility, like not making carers feel so bad that they're not reaching the set target of 97% or whatever. They say, like, if you don't reach that target then you're not doing well enough in school and you're not making enough effort, when actually that's not the case for a lot of people in that situation.
All my friends I've had have been really good. With my brothers, they come in fine, I just find them funny and really like them. And my brothers seem to get on really well with my friends, which is good. Sometimes I do have to miss things with my friends, because obviously I have to go out of them quite a lot, because it's quite hard for my mum and dad to do it by themselves. And yeah, so sometimes I miss certain things out of my friends. They've asked me to go out, so I can't today, I've got help with my brothers.
Kids like my age, like kind of 10, they'd all be like, oh, I'm going out to the beach with my mum and I'm going uptown and my mum's going to buy me this. It's like, well, my mum can't actually leave the house, so I couldn't be like a girly girl like all the other girls.
I'd say time management really, and time to do things, just not enough hours in the day really. It's just sort of trying to get all the caring stuff done, but also trying to have a bit of a social life as well. And also I've got health problems myself, so it's hard juggling that quite a lot of the time.
I've only really ever had one true friend that I've known all my life. She's grown up with me and that's about it. And then I've met Thea through carers and that's about it. That's the only friends I really have. Having the time to do what my friends would be doing, going out and seeing each other every day and like just meeting up out of the blue where I would be, oh no, I need to plan in advance, or maybe I'd have to cancel on them. From secondary school I always had a good group of strong friends and they became to understand my situation, and you know, up until now have been really good and really understanding about it. So yeah, I think the only thing is that maybe, like, you know, like I said before, having to let them down at the last minute or not being able to take part in things that they're having sleepovers and stuff whatever every weekend, and I'm like only meeting them once every few months or so. So that it may be more that I, like, you know, I don't get to see them so often, so I do miss my friends quite a lot. The benefit system is one that, like, hugely concerns us. I mean, maybe not so now, but thinking about the future and the changes that are going to happen and such, it does concern me and my family, because a lot of the conditions that my mum has doesn't actually fall under the remit for getting
the new DLA anymore, so obviously we're concerned that if she loses that, we will be stuck with just her pittance that we can come support, and that will fall onto me to have to pick up the pieces.
Basically, it's just sort of the mobility, like my mum has a mobility car, and because she's going for re-evaluation, if they drop like her disabled living allowance, then she'd have to give away the car really, and give up the car and take the money part of it, and it's just sort of, that's her whole mobility. So basically if she loses the car, she's going to be more in the house, and my caring responsibilities will go up more, and it just, yeah.
Well, when I used to care for my mum, like the disabled badges, because we used to go out quite a bit, but when her disabled badge got taken away because she could walk a couple of steps up some stairs, my mum found it quite hard to socialise and stuff, and it just made her really depressed because like she couldn't go out and she couldn't walk down the street and stuff, so that was a problem.
I mean, I do have to fill out quite a lot for me and my mum, so it's just sort of, yeah. And yeah, just sort of to do with grants and DLA really, it's quite hard sorting that out because there's all new laws being put in place.
They only see a little bit of it, they don't see the whole picture. They come in and they do all these assessments and yeah, they get a little bit, but when they've gone, they don't have to put up with what happens afterwards.
I know obviously a lot more skills than I would have learned just sitting around, not being with them. It's more like I help my dad do quite a lot of building things, whatever he builds and stuff, so I learned all that, and more clearing up skills and looking after children really. Know loads about that really. Sometimes I just watch them all day when they need to go out and do stuff.
We just learn how to look after ourselves. We learn how to grow up and be an adult, like, you know, just basic things like how to do the laundry, how to cook for ourselves, how to do bills, and just stand on our own 2 feet and be independent really, which I know from, you know, my friends that they don't really have those skills and they struggle quite a lot to look after themselves.
I know I have to definitely work with them a lot more and just kind of cooperate with them and just listen to them more. I think I get on with them a lot more. I think I'm sort of, not completely, but like a third parent in a way, because I'm like with them loads of the time doing things for them. You don't want to stay here anymore? I can't hear. Speak properly.
Where's the tissue?
Oh, go get me a tissue.
George,
You want a tissue for your nose?
It's all gone now, George. I've gone pretty far.
Yeah, Joshua's going to go get you a tissue, not one for your nose.
Beat my score, George.
You're going to tell Jamie he's naughty? Tell me he's a naughty boy.
Naughty. It was an accident.
You say sorry to him.
Sorry.
I'll give him a hug. There you go.
Okay.
Even though we are young carers, we're still people. I think a lot of the time we do sort of get this stigma like, oh no, they're young carers, their life must be really hard, and generally it is really hard. But there are really good things that come out of it as well, so I think just not to have that stigma that just because we're young carers we're doomed, which I got quite a lot growing up. It's like, no, I have a relatively good life and there are fun times. It's not like that all the time.